Radio. Homegrown Radio. Real 92.3.
All right, we back at it. Homegrown Radio. Chuck Dizzle, DJ Head.
West Coast.
Man, we got the homie back in the building,
Yeah.
man.
Homegrown homie.
This is the homegrown homie. This is the organic homegrown homie. He was the first interview that we did when we brought Homegrown Radio.
Oh, for real?
Man. So this is a special moment. We got Casey Veggies back. In the
CV Young Veggies
Man,
in the building.
on? My guy,
You know what I'm saying?
My guy.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man? What's going on?
Everything growing, man. The beard, all that, bro.
You been eating a lot of pussy?
Nah, not me. not I.
Not you?
I mean, I ain't, I'm a lady pleaser, but I ain't with all, the extra
So
stuff.
you don't go down, is what you say?
I mean, I do. I would, but I ain't, you got to come with the standards is up there. That's all.
Okay,
that's all I can say.
Yeah, Khaled said he don't really fuck with it.
You say DJ? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't really fuck with it too much. You know what I'm saying?
It got
to be right. Let's just say that everything got to be right.
All right.
Everything got to be right. That's
he like,
it.
God damn, what about the album? Shit.
Yeah.
The album Organic, it's out right now. And I told you on the way up, man, very, very, very great, man. I like the way it sounds. I like the approach that you had. Sound like you got a lot that you were getting off your chest, bro.
Yeah.
You started off the album, though, kind of dedicated to Mac Miller and Nipsey Hussle, man. Obviously, with everything going on.
That's called Dreams, right?
Yeah, Dreams. Starting it off, man. Why was it important for you to kind of set the tone for the album and let people know?
I mean, I said, shout out to Mac and Nip at the beginning because I feel like they inspired the energy behind the album. Like, I was kind of in I was working doing music, but I wasn't inspired to just really put my message to the world, like go crazy. But I think when I lost my homies, it was like, they would want you to step up, you know what I'm saying, and keep going. So it's like, They inspired me to just keep pushing and finish the album all the way.
Did you have something on the album with because I know you had Nip on the end of that song. Did you have something with Mac on there too?
Yeah, I had something on the last song, Take It Slow.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mac talking and saying something that's real, like true to how I feel about the game as well. But I think due to business, we had to take the skid off, you know what I'm saying. But it's still on certain people that got it. They might have it, but I wish we could have kept it on there.
What was the messaging that Mac was?
It was an interview with Larry King, and he was basically just saying how it depends on what your view on success is, and how he doesn't look at success as millions of people, the millions of people. He looks at it just like inspiring, being able to inspire and help people and change the world. So that's kind of my view of how I come at the game, how I always came at the game. Like when I dropped Life Changes, we dropped it for free, but I knew the message was there. I knew how real it was. I had something to say. So, and that project ended up going worldwide. But I was never in it for the money. I was never in it trying to chase a dollar. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get the message to the people.
What was you talk about not necessarily being inspired prior to this? What was there a reason for that? Like kicking back, kind of just taking your time. Why was the inspiration not really fuel for you?
I mean, just dealing with dealing with the record label, just certain stuff I was going through. In real life, and just not really being understood with that, and feeling like I had to put up a fight, you know what I'm saying, to get the music out, to do the music I wanted to do. I just feel like I had to it was just certain stuff going on.
That's got to be tough, man, to be honest. And I hear that story a lot of time with individuals that sign the labels, right? They, the label seeks them out, or there's something about the artist that the label wants to put down and put them on the label. You know what I'm saying? But once you get a part of the label or get to a situation, there's always pushback or resistance, and it seems as if it's always some part of creativity. You know what I'm saying? So for you, what were some of the things that you went through? You kind of felt like you dealt with personally getting that pushback.
I mean, just doing the music I know that I do best, and just feeling like they wanted more. They wanted other stuff from me, like okay, quote unquote hit songs, and that's something I feel like I'm talented enough to be able to create as a hit song. You know what I mean? I got that in me, but it's just the communication and certain things that they ask from you as an artist. It might not be what you do or what you comfortable with, and therefore, if the communication ain't right within the people who's running things, it's like a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's it's nothing personal or nothing too crazy, but just certain songs where you be like, yo, this is a hit. I know this is a hit. Right. The West Side, they gonna love it. LA gonna love it. Yeah. But then they nah, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that happening too many times can kind of slow down the whole energy.
What's your relationship like with the label now?
I mean, I'm independent right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm signing my label PNC INTL. It's all love. I mean, it's no hard feelings with I I tell people all the time, I was signed by Sylvia Rome. She blessed me. You know what I'm saying? She brought me opportunity, and I appreciate her for that, you know, to this day. She kept it real with me, you know what I'm saying? And certain things we just had certain business communications where we had to just, you know, try some new things.
Yeah. Live and Grow was the last album that on Epic, or was it?
Yeah, Live and Grow was my first album.
I'm saying that was the album that was on Epic.
Yeah, that was on Epic. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Yep. So we had two. We had a gold single, which is tied up. We had Backflip. We had Wonderful. It just, you know, it's crazy how it go with the marketing plans, and if they pull the plug because they don't believe it's gonna go big, but it's really like, why you didn't keep it going? They loving it. The people are gonna love it, but a lot of artists don't get the chance. You know what I'm saying? They deserve to get that real budget push behind them. You know what I'm saying? Some artists just gotta get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Do you feel like you walked away from the situation understanding kind of like what? Do you feel like they understood your fight and you understood kind of what they were dealing with as well, like walking away from the situation, or was it still like, had we did it this way, you know, the communication still wasn't there? Was it walking away? Did you feel like you guys kind of left on good terms in terms of understanding each other?
I think it always goes both ways. It's always going to be a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? But I think I definitely feel like me as Casey Veggies, I'm like, yo, y'all tripping. Like, it's like you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, I got what you need. You know, I got what you need. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, I deserve that shot. Like, my second album and like all them budgets I deserve. No matter what, you know what I'm saying, what was going on at the time, or what, you know, what the next artist you signed with all these other followers. You know, people be paying for followers. Of course. I don't participate in all that. You know what I'm saying? I just more focus on the great music, and sometimes it's like smoke and mirrors. Sometimes people believe in the hype. Sometimes they go with the real. Yeah. I feel like I'm the real. I'm not really the hype. So I think the label's more like believe in the hype.
I feel that.
And I feel like that's always been a part of your brand as well, too. Like, even from the name, you know what I'm saying? Like, from organic. And like, everything is, for the lack of better words, have been homegrown. Like, that's been a part of your brand.
Exactly.
So for them, again, not really knowing the whole story, but for them not to understand that side of you, it's like, yeah, we can go with the smoke and mirrors if you want, but that's not who I am. Like, it's kind of weird, kind of like how certain label heads or whoever, you know what I'm saying, will feel like that will work for certain artists that's not a part of their brand. You know what I mean?
Hey, where the fuck did you take this album picture at?
Man.
Because I look at I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna bullshit you. When I saw the album, the artwork, the cover of your album, I was like, okay, organic, I get it, but you standing in the field with all these flowers. I look like some Jhené Aiko shit. I thought it was a Jhené Aiko album. I'm like, oh shit, he did a collab album with. But I thought it was some West Side shit. Like, all right, fuck it.
Nah, I went to Lake Elsinore. But it's like my brand is the camo, the green and orange. You missed that part.
I missed that.
You missed that part. You think I'm on some flowers for the ladies. It's more just like I'm in the field. I created this, and I'm standing in it. I'm standing 10 toes down in what I created. And like that green and orange is more like my brand, like that peas and carrots camo.
I see it.
So it's like the world. It's like a dream. The cover to me is like a dream world. Like it's like going into a new world. And I feel like the album is like taking you to that world. I was in that space. It's like me by myself out there in that field by myself.
Got you. Because I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I get it now. I totally get it now. That's deep. Yeah. That's deep. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I do want to talk about you. We talked about dreams. I want to talk about Mirage.
I love that song.
Mirage.
That's probably one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorite songs on the album. Now,
because you was talking your shit.
You was talking some shit. You know what I'm saying? Where did that come from? What's this? Where does this song come from, and why is it called Mirage? Because I think I know, but I don't want to fuck myself over like I did with the artwork.
I mean, it came. That was a song that I feel like really, if you agree, that was a song that sparked organic. Like, it sparked the energy for the album. Like, and it was supposed to just be a song I dropped, but it ended up being like, you know, we leaving this on the album. This is like one of the main songs that we need on this album. I mean, the energy just came from the music, really. Mike and Keys turn on the beat.
Shouts out.
And I start thinking, you know what I'm saying? I get to thinking about what's really going on. And they like, bro, it's time to rap. They
fuck all that.
Yeah, they hype me up. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, it's time to rap. They like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Talk your shit. Like, they ready for you. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go in here and let them know I still got it. You know what I'm saying?
So let me read this to you, and then I want you to tell me about this, okay?
Right.
It says, it's the please don't mistaken it now. Young niggas, we created the sound. Y'all niggas recreated the sound. I'm tired of watching niggas fake it now.
Yeah. That's like, talking to like whoever feel like that's toward them is for them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's one of them lines. Like whoever feel like whoever faking it, whoever ain't authentic, whoever really taking swag, taking people's styles, that's for y'all. Like whoever think you think you the truth, but really the truth is somewhere else. It's just they not getting the right light shined on them. That's what this song about, Mirage. Like it's a mirage,
an illusion,
bro. It's an illusion. Like what you think is it ain't really it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I like this mind frame you in because everybody used to the cool Veggies. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he laid back, talk to the ladies every now and then, and you get on stage, you do your hype shit, you know what I'm saying? But this is a whole. When I was listening to it, I'm like, okay. I figured this was one of the first songs because the rest of the songs, it was like, all right, we got that out the way. Now let me do some shit I want to do. Let me have some fun. You got Kaylin on there, but I mean, like, I felt like this song could have been higher up on the track list.
Somebody told me that.
Somebody told you that?
Like one couple of people told me that.
Okay, yeah. Because I felt like it set the tone for
somebody
where you
said
at.
it could have been the intro. That's what they said.
Right. I like Dreams. I'm not mad at Dreams. I like that that's the song to kick it off. But I feel like those Dreams and Mirage are the two songs to me where you at right now mentally.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Mirage was like, when I dropped that, I felt like a certain type of, I'm like, because I always give my fans all type of sounds. I don't like putting myself in a box. But I be having to realize, and when I talk to my producers, when I talk to Mike and Keith, they want me more in that hip hop space that I thrive in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love. That's what I love, that sound and that type. It make me really. It brings something out of me. Let's say that. It brings something out of me.
Another thing, we haven't talked in a couple years. Yeah. So I'm gonna read you this other bar right here. This other Casey Veggies line. It says, I ain't fucking with nobody that don't see my vision. Yeah. I'm God's son. How you gonna question my religion? Yeah. Now, when you say I ain't fucking with nobody that don't see my vision, I do know, everybody knows, I don't know if you ever spoke about it publicly, your team switched up over the years. Like, what happened, or like how did that come about? Or
I mean, just like the whole, I have, Peas and Carrots, that's my company, my brand. I had two homies I was working with me, and due to complications with that, so to speak, because it's more stuff to it, but I mean, with my inner team, like it was like some trademark, he say, she say, people in people ear type stuff, and then my boy went and posted something on our gram saying like he's not down with the company anymore, but it had the fans thinking that I did something wrong to him, and the way he worded it, the way he had somebody help him write it, but it was all over like a trademark, like his name, all of our names on the trademark, but I'm the artist, I pay for the trademarks, I get it done. And then I put him on there on the performance sheet. I give my homies more money than I was gonna make on my clothing line. That's how real I am. I'm not no shiesty type of person over no money. So I gave the homies more money than I was gonna get on the performance sheet. But just because it was my name on the trademark, his business manager / stepdad, whatever he had going on, decided to try to blow it up. But I took the bigger route. I didn't say nothing about it.
You didn't say nothing.
People thought he was right. Like people thought whatever he felt like I did something. I'll never do nothing to nobody that's loyal to me or nobody on my team. Like that's not how I get down. So I feel like a lot of my fans was confused.
I was confused.
You get what I'm saying?
And and keep it a buck. Like I'd never asked you about that
shit.
Like,
and I feel like people was like scared to like bring it up to me as if I really did it or something. Like it was over a trademark, over some simple he didn't really want to, you know what I'm saying? People get married, they go their ways in their life, and then I just don't get why you step like people want to do their own thing. I feel like people try to step on you to get up. And that's what I thought. At first I looked at it like something like that. But like I said, I was a bigger man. I took the you know what I'm saying, a bigger route, and I never said nothing about it. I could have been trying to bash people's name and defend myself. I just felt like backstab to a point where I just fell back. You know what I'm saying?
It would have looked crazier too had you barked a little louder though over the situation.
Yeah.
So the fact that you fell back, I think you may have initially took that hit, but if you know your intentions, you know what the real situation is. That's not an argument or anything you can even fight with. Now, have you guys had that conversation though over the years?
I mean, I've sat with him, talked to him, look him in his eye, like, what did I do to you? Right. What made you do that? Yeah. And he couldn't say nothing. He couldn't really give me a solid answer. So, but I see him out. He doing his thing. He got his brand going. Sure. People know what's up. Some people still think we involved.
But it's smooth over.
They wonder, like, are we going to get back? And I'm not. It's funny. I'm still not. Like, I'm so open. That was my bro. You know what I'm saying? That we was a team. We all move as a team. But, like, it's in the air. Like, I feel like they more
resistant towards it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm more open than other people are sometimes. You know, I'm open to the conversations, and I feel like it'd be a lot of salt thrown towards me within LA. I've been just trying to put on for the city this whole time. But I feel like when you one of the young guns, you starting off young and you younger than everybody. People try to like son you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you become smarter than the level of where they can son you at, it becomes a little friction.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now there's a bar you also had. You said I was my own worst enemy, man. Kind of break that down.
Oh yeah, for real.
What was that about?
Just like that anger that comes from like certain things not going your way or certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like just that you know what I'm saying? Like
No, I get it.
Like,
I think it's amazing that you're able to open up to it and realize it. But for you, what was that moment where you're like, oh, I'm fucking up?
yeah, because I was like doing certain things. I was letting my emotions and anger stop me from just being myself, being creative, dropping music. Like I'm letting my own self hold me back. And that's what I had to realize. I knew it was other people. I would point the finger here and there, but I'm not the type of person who like pointing fingers. So I had to really sit down one day and realize, you know, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta boss up. I gotta stop letting my anger and my emotions get in the way of the ultimate goal.
Do you feel like it ever took you to like a lower place, like emotionally, like where you just like wasn't like you said you wasn't inspired to do music?
Man, for real, I was discouraged. Like I went through I tell people all that I low key went through like a mini depression. Like I'm like a confident dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've experienced a good amount of success in my life since I was 14. I got signed when I was 18, so I don't got no reason to be mad about life. It's just like going through a mode where you just don't know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know my music is great. I know I'm great at what I do, but you get discouraged in this game. You know what I'm saying? You can't get discouraged, and you just got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
But I also noticed too that when I started to see you kick up your energy, it was after the time that I came to the crib to listen to the music.
Yeah.
Then I started seeing you pull up over there where Nip was at, and seeing you over there because I was over there every day during the victory lap shit, right? And you was over there with Mike and Keys, and like everybody was just in there, Bino, everybody was just in there working.
Like
I felt like that was the best environment for you to be in.
Nip know it. Like he don't know it, but he know it. Like he brought me low. He helped me get to that point where I needed to be at. Because I was just like, when I was in the studio with bro, I was working on my album. I was with the label, but they had me on hold. I didn't know what the next step was. I didn't know what was gonna happen next, but I knew that I just needed to be around the music. Like I needed that inspiration. So watching Nip finish Victory Lap was probably one of the most inspiring things that ever happened to me.
Facts.
Yeah, just watching him finish it. I didn't get on those songs. We did a couple songs during the sessions, but I bring my input or whatever. But when me and Nip, it was never about doing a song together. We was more like just homies. Like we talk about music, we talk about documentary, we watching documentaries in the studio, just talking about a lot of different stuff, you know.
I noticed a change in the way you was carrying yourself too after that. Like after like the victory lap shit was done and it came out, like you was like everybody that was involved or around during that time, it was like a sense of pride because like you said, it wasn't like you were Dolo. And it wasn't like he was Dolo, but it was just like, it seemed like nobody was around except the people that was around. And for you, do you feel like that process helped you create this album, seeing him go through that? Because I feel like it's a lot of the same temperament in the album.
I mean, that integrity that he had, that integrity he held and like not searching for radio records and really keeping his sound strong to what the story he was trying to tell, that's something I always been into. Yeah. But like seeing him do it at the level he did it was like another level. It was like something different. Like, cause he could have made any type of song. He could have gave you he could have worked with any producer, but he knew what he was going for. And that's one thing he stressed in the studio. I had never seen that before. Like from like a street, I had never seen that from like a street artist. You know what I'm saying? Like just him just like locked in on his sound, his story, and what he was trying to say, what he was trying to, the story he was trying to tell. So it definitely inspired me like on a high level.
Do you remember some of the like last conversations you had with Nip?
I mean, bro always was an inspiration, just trying to, keep the energy going. What's up, young Veggie? You call me VZ, like, you know what I'm saying? Veggies, what up? Like, you know what I'm saying? He always just like good high energy when he see me, like, you know what I'm saying? And I always run into him. We always just top it up. It's just always love with bro. Yeah.
Damn. So for you talk about kind of hitting that mini depression. What's some of the things that you did to kind of get yourself out of it mentally? Was it going to the studio to record, or did anything outside of music that you kind of felt that kind of kicked your inspiration back up to record?
I mean, just like I was recording the whole time, but just like to really finish that project, it take like that real energy. Like it's one thing to make songs, but like it took me like really get into it to really finish Organic and make it what it was, what it ended up being. But like I said, obviously like losing my homies and stuff like that really showed me like, man, life too short. Right. You know what I'm saying? Life's really too short to really sit back. You know, like I wanted Mac to hear that. I wanted them to hear the album. If I would have dropped it, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 months ago, they were probably could have gave me some told me what they thought about it. And you know, I everything happened for a reason. Timing is everything. I knew I wasn't in the right zone, I guess, to really come out, drop music. You know, I just wanted to make sure it was right. I wanted to make sure I was telling the right story.
What's that balance between having that sense of urgency and making sure the timing is right too? Because you talk about, you know, you got to make sure you want the homies to hear it, but at the same, or having that sense of urgency, but at the same time, it's like let things kind of fall where the chips fall where they may.
It's just a lot of patience you got to have. I just take that patience and knowing like when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Like I got pushed back a few times. Like from 2016 when I dropped Customized Greatly Volume 4. The whole 2017-18, I had certain times where I'm like, I'm about to drop. I had a whole nother album with a whole nother title that I was gonna drop. Certain stuff didn't go right with the label. We end up going independent. Then I end up saying, you know what? I'm doing organic. Like I already had an idea to do organic, but I'm like, after all this happened, and I'm like, I'm not waiting on nobody. I told myself I ain't gonna wait on nobody. I put my team together. I already had the people I had, and we just rocked from there.
What do you feel like the difference is now that you've assembled this new team versus the old way of kind of doing things? Like now that you kind of assemble it and running on your own, you know what I'm saying, making things happen on your own, what are some of the things that you start to notice like, okay, this works out or this doesn't work out? How does it work out for you?
I'm just trying to move smart like a young CEO, you feel me? PNC INTL, that's my company. So I just know I'm being way more hands-on with everything. And I'm like you said, I'm not as relaxed about stuff. Like when I was 21, fresh off a record deal, fresh off an album, like I was more relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Everything was coming my way. Now I'm more like ready to. I've been grinding. I've been getting on Greyhound buses. You know what I'm saying?
Doing what you gotta do.
Doing what I gotta do. But now I got relaxed. I went through like a relaxed phase, and then I went back to just being hands on and just trying to just doing it right. Just putting care into how I'm moving, and just rocking with the right people.
Were you able to see? Like where were you during the services for Nip? Were you there or
I was there on the floor. Yeah, I was sitting down right there on the floor.
Well, he had better seats than me.
Sitting right there, it's crazy.
Did you get a chance to even like I remember this? What I remember because I only could talk to certain people because not everybody could get in, right? So I remember being in there and the mood like was down, like everything was somber. When Marsha was singing, it was like everybody was crying, right? And then towards the end, it was a celebration, and it felt like Victory Lap, like the album. You know what I'm saying?
When they started playing it live, I'm like, oh, this just feel crazy.
And the crying, it was still crying, but it went from like that to like.
Yeah, because I was down. I'm like sad, and I heard when Battle Cat got on the mic and then the music started. When I heard his beat, that right-handed guy, I'm like,
that was it.
It just kind of made me feel like a little more, I guess, easy, like a little easy, because it's like his message is still so powerful, like his energy so powerful in the world. It's like, he's still there. Like,
is that amazing to you as it is to me? Like to see how many people across the world
woke up to that.
That's like that he touched and
I've seen it. Like when I was rocking with him, I'm like, this dude got a different type of influence on the world. Like I saw it early. Like I know people just now took notice to it, but like I seen, I'm like, yo, he moving different. Like I was inspired. Like, big bro, you doing it right. Yeah. That's all I could really even think. Like you doing it right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then just to see people take notice and really understand what he was trying to do, that means a lot because, he wasn't able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was able to tell him the same thing, like as far as like I appreciated him and shit like that. Yeah. And then, matter of fact, now that you up here, I do want to say this because I'm going to make sure I tell everybody publicly, I appreciate you being able take constructive criticism in the studio, because just like Nip and Roddy and YG, I done told you some wild shit in the studio too about your music, and you be like, all right, for sure, bro, all right, bet. And then,
Okay, now, Casey, let's be. How do you really feel when people tell you shit like that?
It depends, but bro was giving me real facts like about tempos and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what I need that type of information. Like, it depends. I get a little frustrated with certain people, but at the same time, I don't. Like,
I was about to say,
I'm learning not to at all.
I was
like,
going to say, somebody's giving you facts at the same time, but it still kind of makes sting. It's like, God damn, this ain't just
like, that ain't it. That ain't it.
You mean this? This shit I just played at
That ain't it.
Damn.
he'll be like, you ain't feeling this?
Like the bass on and all that. I got the bass on for you. What you talking about? You ain't feeling it.
Nah, that ain't
it. But like it got to be the right vibe. I think we caught that vibe on Organic for sure.
For sure. You got somebody that you know that are obviously real close with as well, man. Dom Kennedy. Talk about you guys' relationship, your energy.
Big Bro really made sure I was good on this album too. Like he was there every step of the way. Like Dom Kennedy pulled up to the mixing sessions. He pulled up to the video shoot on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he give me ideas on marketing. Like it's different than just a regular rap homies. Like me and Bro is like family. Like
he been on every album that I could remember, except he wasn't on Customized Greatly 3.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
was the only one he wasn't on.
That's crazy. Like I didn't even notice that he on damn near every project.
Every project.
And I had to have him on this project. It just makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, he definitely played like, you know what I'm saying, a big bro role on this album. That's just like being there, you know what I'm saying, helping, supporting. And shout out to Dom Kennedy.
I kind of feel like he's another one of those artists as well that people are slowly waking up to. I don't know why, for whatever reason. Like people, he's on his business shit.
I mean, he probably the biggest slept on artist you could ever in the world. Like ever was there. Like, but it's like, I don't look at him as slept on because I look at him as an LA legend. I tell him that all the time. Like you a legend out here. Like what you've done, people can't do without record labels or without whatever the case may be. And it's not as many people that's authentic as Bro. Like he's one of the most authentic people I've ever met.
Yeah, we call him unapologetically LA, man.
Yeah.
I love that about him.
Do you feel like yourself? Do you feel that way about yourself too? About you being slept on?
I mean, a lot of artists slept on. I think that's like looking for like my mom tell me don't play that victim role. Like I don't like that. I don't do that no more.
Got you.
Slept on. Like, okay, cool. A lot of artists slept on. Come with a new song. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
No excuses. No excuses
Now
at all.
this is you got Dom, you got YG, you got 40, you got Bino, Kalen, Game.
Didn't even have to ask twice for none of them features.
That's dope.
I didn't have to blow nobody's phone up. It was all like organic. It was natural. All these
BJ is
all
on here.
BJ pulled up.
What makes you decide who to put on what?
I mean, those are all just like natural vibes. Just coming. You know, it took me some time to put this project together. I had enough time to think, but like. Even Shake Something, Kaylin for real came through my studio in Inglewood, pulled up. Mike and Keys made that beat like a couple weeks prior, had it on my computer, and we just loaded the beat up. But I knew that beat was for Bro. Like, I'm like, okay, I got him coming to the studio. I'm gonna play this for him. I like this track, you know, this type of sound, this type of energy I'm going for. I just be knowing what energy I'm going for. Like when we was doing Came Up, it was me, YG, and Bino on the song. And I Am Sue helped out with the beat. Mike and Keys added to the beat. Shout out Trey Fresh. And then my homie Casey Khalil was in the studio. He like, bro, you got to get I Am Sue on this. This is real Bay energy. He like, this sound like the Bay. Like you need 40 on this. He like, you need E40 on this. And I'm like, all right, boom, called E40. Bro, got the verse done in like a few days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like I Came Up.
Yeah,
that's
that song holds some legs. I feel like
that's some DJ head shit.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, we're gonna get some drops going. Bro asked me about the mixer meet. I'm like, bro, I'm independent now. I ain't do no mixer meet. But no, my shit hot though.
That's all that matters, man.
My shit hot, man. They gonna play it.
You mentioned on the album as well, man. And it's a story we've talked about as far as being flued out by Jay-Z to New York, man. Talk about being flued out by Jay-Z to New York.
You a bad bitch.
That was a business. That was a business flight.
Not too many people can say that.
Yeah,
I can't. Jay-Z and fly me out
Rock
nowhere.
Nation, courtesy of Rock Nation. Jay-Z flew me to New York when I was in 12th grade, and I guess before I signed the deal, I had Epic on the table, but I was figuring things out, and then we ended up doing a management deal with Rock Nation. Yeah. But when he flew me out there, it was just more to me. I guess to meet me, we just chopped it up. He asked me a few questions. I played him some music. He played me some music. He played me Otis. He played me No Church in the Wild.
Wait.
He said it like
You just
I know
say that shit like we just.
you probably said this many a times, but for people that probably have never heard this story, it's like you gotta understand the impact that like you talking to Jay-Z, dog. You know what I'm saying? And he's able to fly you out and he's playing music for you that nobody's ever heard before. You in 12th grade. Yeah. There's a lot of 40-year-old rappers right now that haven't even slapped hands with Jay-Z.
Bro, I'm a grown ass man, and let Hov walk in here right now.
Like
Play
a
you
little
some
bit.
music. No, I was nervous. I was excited, nervous. I'm like, this is crazy. Life was a dream at that moment. And it was dope. I mean, bro gave me the respect. He treated me like I was equal. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's amazing about it, though. I mean, because in all respect, you are like there was something, and we talked about that too as well off air. There's something that he saw in you to fly you out, to talk to you and play those songs for you. So was that like not in a bad way, but was that like confirmation for you? Like, yeah, okay, I'm doing my shit. And then secondly, like, what jewels and gems did he drop for you that you still apply to this day?
Yeah, that was dope. It was like showing me people really paying attention. Q-Tip, and a lot of people don't know, but Q-Tip wanted to sign me from Tribe Called Quest. That's how I ended up meeting, getting with Rock Nation, Rich Klein. It's like a whole story of how everything broke down. But like, exactly what was the question?
No,
again?
I said what gems did he give you after you got while you guys?
I mean, when I first walked in, he like, "What's your story?" That was the most crazy question anybody could ever ask you when you first walk in the room.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody had ever asked me, "What's my story?" So that's something I learned was just like, "What's your story?" Like I knew my story, but just like
how to articulate it.
Yeah, and really knowing your story is important. The story is important, not the name or the music, and you know what I'm saying. It's about the music, but it's like, what's your story? What you talking about? What's your story?
Because that's how it's gonna connect to the people.
How did you get to this point?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something I learned it's just very important. Which I always knew your story. I was young, so I'm not saying I didn't know your story was important. I was just young at the time to where I made it more. That was more the priority. You know,
Hov just flew me out. You know what I'm saying?
Flew out by Hov.
That's
played me
crazy.
some music. We chopped it up. He like, man, let's make something happen. I just, it was dope conversation.
Like
he heard, I played him a record. He heard some bars in it. I remember that. He like, yo, that verse was crazy. I'm like, Hov just told me my verse was crazy.
I'm lit.
Yeah, like, he said that verse was crazy. Then I played him another song. I be over shit. Yeah. Song come off. Hit Boy made the beat. Song come off. I kid you not. Jay-Z was like, I be over shit. I be like, he rapping my song. Like he was like, he heard it. He's like, yo, that's hard. Like I be over shit. Like he started rapping. I'm like, yo. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It was surreal at that point. It was like, you're right. I did feel like, I made it or something like that. Or like, I felt like a lot of like, I got a lot of,
little ego boost.
I mean, just a little,
with it. Yeah,
like a little notoriety, like little.
Now let's a little. What would you do? All right, so you got flown out. You know what I'm saying? You guys had that meeting. Yeah. He was, rapping your lyrics or reciting some of your words, right? Let's just say. Month later, you hear that same cadence, that same flow. Do you hit Jay-Z up like, yo?
No. No, sir.
You leave him alone. You gonna let Hov have that.
He a legend. He don't need to take nobody flow. He be making fun of people's flow.
Right.
He'll take your flow just to make fun of it.
Right.
That's Hov. That's
so
Jay-Z.
he can have it.
I mean, he can have it. Yeah, he can.
So so you play a song for Hov.
Yeah.
You play. Let me see. What's your favorite song on Organic?
The Ceiling, probably.
All right. So you playing The Ceiling for Hov.
Yeah.
Right. 2 months later, about 2 weeks later, you hear him drop The Ceiling.
Yeah.
Same flow, same hook. Are you upset?
I mean, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
Look at his phone.
No,
Did
look.
nobody call you?
Look, check this out. I'm not upset, and I was gonna say that's kind of happened to me before, but I ain't gonna speak on that.
Really?
Damn.
Somebody took the whole
But
record.
it's love though, because I got love for everybody.
So
the whole record.
No, I just feel like they be taking sauce, but
Got
who
you.
cares? Like,
Got you.
everybody gets sauce taken from. Everybody gets style taken from.
I feel like that's.
But you don't confront Hov though. You let him have that.
Yeah, let them have it.
Okay.
I feel like that's something in hip hop that we're starting to see more that we haven't seen before. Before it was like, no, you gotta have something completely different than everybody else. Now it's like, oh, that kind of sounds like a so and so record, or that sounds like this kind of vibe, this kind of feel. Do you feel like that helps or hurts hip hop?
It probably hurts hurts it. I mean, everybody does need to be a little more original, a little more authentic. I mean, yeah, we know the trap sound killing the game. We know everybody on the auto-tune singing about the designer and singing about, but I be feeling like you'll hear some music, be like, oh, I could tell you trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? You trying that's not that don't be what I be, that's not what I stand for. And I feel like on organic, I made sure
that it sounded like you.
Yeah, like I made sure that they can't say that.
This is definitely Casey Veggies for sure.
I wanted to give me, even whether I give y'all something different the next project or whatever, I know this project, I wanted to give y'all my sound, which I'm going to keep growing with my sound. I got my own sound.
I like what you said.
I got pride in that.
Yeah. I like what you said in the beginning, too. Like, I done gave you this, gave you that. This is my story, though. You know what I'm saying? That to open the album, just to let people know.
Shout out my pops, man. He helped me with that song. He helped me open up on that song.
We
sat in the studio, me and my dad, and really chopped it up. And then we ended up doing the dream. Like, he low-key, he helped me with that song.
I felt like this project is also some of the most vulnerable I've ever seen you as far as the subjects, too. Yeah. Talking about what you went through, what you're going through, you know, you losing the homies.
Yeah, I was young when on my other projects, so I was talking about a lot of real stuff. A lot of people hear my music, I was opening up, but I think on this one, I was able to really talk about, me and my life and what I feel about it, and, you know what I'm saying? I'm more mature now, so I can, it's more important for me to really give people what I feel. You know
we also, you from Inglewood, right?
Yeah.
So,
born and raised.
Like, I think people miss, like, as far as, like, what's going on with police brutality and shit like that. Inglewood was up there, like, with killing black dudes and, like, along with everywhere else in the country. But I noticed, like, it was just a lot of different people was talking about it and not talking about it too. Do you feel like, how do you feel about what's going on right now as far as black men? Because I posted something yesterday, like, just like, please stop murdering us. Because you see it every day now. Every single day. Every single day. Black people getting killed by the police. Black people killing other people. I mean, black people killing each other. Yeah. That's a reality for us growing up here in LA. Is that something you had to deal with personally?
Yeah, I mean, recently I've probably lost at least 4 to 5 homies, 6 homies the last 2 years probably. Like, so, I mean, we dealing with, we got to deal with all that. I mean, police, they corrupt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them be corrupt, or they don't really trust what they don't trust the young generation, so they don't know what's going on. They don't know if the young 16-year-old gonna pull a gun out on them or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's going on around the world, you know what I'm saying? In LA, Inglewood, it can get bad. I haven't heard too much police, like, issues in Inglewood lately. Like, it was a period where it was a lot going on, I feel like. I know what you're talking about. That was like last year. Yeah. And I think lately it hasn't been too bad. After, we building a stadium now. We trying to, like, more positivity.
What you think we can do as far as, like, the black community, like,
Man, I mean, I think it's more the young generation. Like, people got to snap out all them drugs they be taking and really realize what you doing. You know what I'm saying? You really out here killing your own kind.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We just lost Official yesterday.
Rest in peace of DJ Official.
Yeah, long live Official. Like, that was the homie. We just talk about doing some music. He make beats. That's all he do is make beats, and he love making beats. He love the music, and that's all he do is make music. But why, when he go outside or go visit his mama house, whether it's in the hood or not, why we got to deal with that? When I walk outside from my studio session, I be having to go look left and right. Yep. It ain't sweet. Like, I'm Casey Veggies, but it ain't sweet. I gotta look left and right, bro. Like, I gotta really make sure I'm straight. So it's like, it's messed up.
Do you think that it
ain't just the police either? We doing it to ourselves.
That's what I was gonna say too. Don't you think that it's some level of accountability to be placed on our own? Because I was trying to explain it to the homie. He's white, and I was like, you'll never understand what it's like to be a black man in the hood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not just watching out for the police. I'm watching out for dudes that look like me. Mm-hmm. I'm watching out for Latinos.
Trying to be
I'm
cool.
watching out for white people.
Watching out for people who trying to be cool, who trying to fit in, who trying to be tough because they think that's the cool thing to do. And then once somebody go do something, it's like, oh, you earn. It's like, it's weird because people be getting respect, and the stuff they used to respect, it kind of messed up how stuff is going now. You know what I'm saying? It's like people used to get stripes for doing coward shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like we all wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying? As a city, like,
because I saw your tweet that you posted earlier. Like, we got to stop this shit. That's what made me think about it.
No, for real. Like, I just tweeted that because I'm just like, shit, weak, bro. I don't even want to hang out with. I don't even want to be like. I'm from LA. I'm proud to be from LA, but it's like, if homies keep dying in LA, it's like it makes it tricky. Like,
That's
you know
a
what
black
I'm saying?
eye for sure on us, man.
It's like we don't even want to go to pool parties out here like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We just want to go to a pool party. It's summertime, like. Nigga don't even, you gotta feel like you need what? You need security to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta just know what's going on, because LA is like, it's tricky.
Yeah.
You talked about your family too. How important is that to, like you said, your dad was an influential person for the album for you. Do you always play your music for him before you drop it? And what kind of feedback do they give you?
I think I always do. On this album, it was more than the other albums. Like, this album was like, I got a studio at my dad's crib.
Got you.
In the back.
Got
so
you.
it's like, we just, every time it's time to come check out some music or listen, and he got so much love for me, and he seen the cycle I was going through. He felt like he wanted to just be there, you know what I'm saying, be there, help, and give input. And the input he gave ended up really helping out, you know what I'm saying, helping the vision all the way.
Do you have kids of your own?
No, no kids.
No kids.
Now you are a sports guy. You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what I'm saying?
into sports.
I know you be on the 2K.
You know, I could have went to the league, but
I know you be on-
I chose rap. I played at Inglewood High.
or rap chose you because your vertical was whack. You know what I'm saying? No, but so are you a Lakers?
I'm a Laker. Yo, we just got AD.
Okay,
my
so
pop just called me. He said, "Let him know we back." I told him, look, you just remind me. I called my dad. I'm like, bro, I'm on my way to do this interview at 92.3. He like, yeah. He like, let him know the Lakers is back.
So we just got AD. We had to get rid of we got rid of Ball, we got rid of Ingram and Hart, and we got 4 draft picks.
Damn, we got rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we lost Lonzo,
House, yeah.
Brandon, and Josh.
Yep.
Damn, I didn't know we lost Bi and Lonzo.
His whole mood just changed, right? He was
I didn't know we lost
Yeah,
it
no,
though, but
yes.
shit.
We got AD.
We gotta build around what we got, I guess.
So now that we got AD, we got LeBron. What do we do?
We just need a guard. We need a guard. Shit, who we got? Well, it don't really matter. Somebody who got some heart. Whoever wanted ready to put up a fight. Who is? Do you know who Van Fleet is on the Raptors? Van Vliet.
I don't think that's
The
his
new
name.
guard.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Was he not? He was killing. He did his thing, though.
He did his thing.
straight. But you didn't know who he was, though, right?
Correct.
And he won the championship.
Correct.
Right? All right, that's my point.
So we just need somebody like that.
Yeah, somebody that can do something, man. Just that got some heart.
Okay.
That can help the other. You know what I'm saying? Support the stars, do their thing.
Okay, so we just need some backup.
Yeah, we need some backup.
So we don't need a shooter, just a couple niggas that can fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let the stars do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let LeBron and AD, and Kuzma control the scoring.
Okay.
And we got to just control the ball, play good defense. Everybody. I damn near can play the point guard.
He said, "Put me
We got
on."
AD, LeBron. No, it's gonna be rough.
Okay.
Our turnovers might be a little high.
Let's keep it organic, bro.
Do you think that how many years before we get back to the chip?
Man,
They got to work out rhythm and
probably
shit.
1 or 2, 3.
So 2?
1, 2, 3
Make
max.
a prediction right now.
Let's say 2.
2 years?
Yeah.
So not this year because they got to get it right. And then
I mean, this year. Let's say this year, because LeBron hungry. He like ready to go. So
So
I know he
2020
pumped
we
up.
get in the ring.
He pumped up.
2020.
I mean, I would say, after Warriors had all them injuries, we can hang with the Warriors after all them injuries.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got him.
He like gotcha, nigga.
we can hang with the Raptors too.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
All right.
All right. So one last thing. Do you feel like you've talked about evolving and growing and going through things, obviously, as a teen to now. Do you feel like there's anything at this point in your career that's off limits when it comes to the music, that maybe a subject that you feel like for you're not comfortable talking about just yet, or everything is,
At this point, I'm even more open to like just keep opening it up, like keep being vulnerable. The next album, keep speaking on what I feel, whether it's good and bad. Everything ain't always shiny and diamonds and bottles of champagne, you feel me? So I just want to talk about everything, you know what I'm saying, that's going on, and expand on like us killing, expand on everything, what's going on in the world, in the city. Like, I want to talk about all that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, what's one thing, we'll end off this, what's one thing that
I got a song called Angels. That's on my new album.
Your new album, fool. You just dropped the album a week ago.
Yeah, but I'm like, Angels watching over. It's like,
God.
like that's the concept.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not dropping.
yeah, it's not dropping.
I'm like, bro, you just dropped Organic on the 3rd.
No, the album's not dropping. It's a song that I'm working on for the new album.
Okay,
but just the
gotcha.
concept, like what I'm talking about, is like they gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
are we gonna get that album before the year's up?
I got a new project with Rocky Fresh dropping real soon. Okay. Honestly, I got another mixtape.
Shout out to Rocky Fresh.
I did a project. I got a series called Customized Greatly, so I'm trying to keep that alive. And then I got the album that I'm doing. Yeah.
Also the
3
merch.
projects.
The merch.
3 projects
That's
for the year.
3. Well, no, that's not before. I don't know about for the year, whatever. But I got 3-4 projects.
You're gonna hear 1 or 2 of them before the year's up.
Exactly.
All right. So that's what I was gonna ask you. The year can't end without Casey Veggies doing what?
I got some more hot shit coming. Cause I ain't done like organic. That was dope. They fucking with it, but I feel like I got some more to prove in the show.
So you don't get annoyed when fans hit you with the what's next after you drop? Like you dropped the album on the 3rd. And fans hit you on the 4th.
I wouldn't get annoyed. Next? I saw that. I saw somebody like, this is hard. We want another album.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. Because for me, I haven't dropped too much, so they deserve that.
Keep it going with
more. Yeah, they deserve that.
There it is. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on through, man. Is there anything else you want to let the people know aside from Organic being out? Can we get some visuals to it?
Yeah. The new video for the ceiling dropping this week.
Okay.
And Organic, we coming natural. We authentic, you know what I'm saying? We putting on for the city. Long live Mac. Long live Nip. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop killing each other. Let's show love. Let's spread love. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get it.
Well, we appreciate you coming on through, man. Always being down with the home
Young
team.
Veggies.
Homegrown Radio, Chuck Dizzle, DJ
Yes,
Head, Casey Veggies, and we out.
Let's get it.